Wait, so somebody has another question here. Taylor, which one?
I need 18.
Problem number 18. The problems aren't terribly difficult here. The first thing for problem number 18 is how do you find volume of a rectangular prism? It's just length times width times height. So it's just a matter of multiplying 10 times 6 times 5. 10 times 6 is 60. 60 times 5 is 300 centimeters cubed. What part, Taylor, is, volume is, in your notes you should have volume as length times width times height. We were the ones that did the formulas? Did we do formulas? Not really.
Yeah.
That's one of them formulas there. Caroline?
We did number 15.
15. What is the circumference of the circle? And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to come tomorrow with a piece of notepaper that has the formulas on it, that's fine with me, I'll give you that. Circumference of a circle is just pi times diameter. And what, Caroline, is the diameter?
10 centimeters.
10 is the radius, the diameter is 20 centimeters, so it should be 3.14 pi times 20, which is 62.8 centimeters. Okay?
7.
7? If I had to go out on a limb and say what people did if you got 7 wrong, it's probably you put the wrong one divided by the wrong one. But just because you asked, what is the square root of 36? And again, for those of you, I said if you did something wrong here, you probably put the 27, I don't know. But this one, they flip-flop. When it's written like this and then when you do the actual division, they get reversed. So that's how the problem is, the division problem. 6 doesn't go into 2, so there's a 0. 6 goes into 27, 4 times, which is 24. Subtract, and then you keep adding zeros till this works out. 6 goes into 35 times. So 0.45 would be more or less the answer there. Probably less more than more. Kendall?
Can you do 8? Because I don't get it at all.
Again, which one did you put on the outside?
9.
Okay, so it's 0.9 into 27. You're not allowed to have a decimal out here, so you have to move it one place over, which means you need to move this decimal one place over. So it's the same as 9 into 270.
Oh, I always went to that decimal place as 9.
Well, there again, that's not a new thing we just learned. Okay, 9 goes into 27 3 times. 0, you have to bring down the 0. 9 doesn't go into 0. 30 would be your answer. Josh?
What was 17? 3/4.
5 3/8. That's the right one. Yeah? 17. No. What problem? What test is it? Oh, 18. It's 3/4 and they have 0.75 as well. I don't know what the question was. Alex?
14.
Is that on a different page? Problem number 14, ladies and gentlemen. How does one get the answer to 14? Again, this is equations now. Okay, so you don't have to go back and think of an easier problem. You just have this written down. 5y equals 9. How do I get y by itself? Alex? Divide by 5. 9/5 is your answer, but we don't leave it as improper. You have to take 5 into 9 one time with 4 left over. 1 4/5, or if you have 1.8,
Oh,
it's the
that's
same thing. And again, hopefully at some point you can recognize the decimal equivalent, so if you have that, that's fine. That's it? No other questions about the one? Nobody? Really? Kendall?
I'm 20. I did the,
Yeah, I was wondering. 20 to me was probably the hardest problem on the test. And I didn't know if I got a lot of people that had the problem right, but
yeah, I did it, but then it was like, they were like lined up in a row.
problem number 20, children, I would suggest strongly that tomorrow when you do the test, you get a piece of graph paper, there's some back there. Here's the question they asked you, and I will do it freehand, mostly because I can. Most of you, the rest of you, you should really do this with straight edges because it's that exacting of a problem. You are making a parallelogram, which means all the sides have to be parallel. At 3, -2, 1, 2, 3, -2, there's a point. At 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, there's a point. And at 0, 2, 0, 1, 2. Now, the deal with this, the reason why there were so many choices to the answer, it depended on how you drew your particular parallelogram. To me, the most obvious choice to do is you go across here, you go down here, and you need to find what the other point is over here that makes that parallelogram here. Okay? And basically, probably the easiest way to figure that out is, okay, count the distance from here to here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and come from here 5 units back this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is this point? Well, this point right here is -2, comma, -2. That's the most obvious parallelogram there, but it's not the only one. I could make a parallelogram that looks like this. I could have connected this point with this point and gone up here, and then gotten my other point over here, and made this the parallelogram there. And again, that's where that other, what was that point? Did anybody do that? It was 2, 8, 2, 6, probably 2, 6. Okay, and again, it's more obvious when you actually do it with, you know, this point right there would be 2, 6. Where's the third place I could have drawn the trapezoid, or the rectangle, or whatever it is? I could have done this one. What color can I use? Let's go pink. Okay, I could have connected this, and then drawn this over here, and that one there. And that one there would be that big negative, whatever, what was that, negative something? -8, -2 probably. But again, to do it freehand, not a good idea, or just to sketch it out, not a good idea. You want to see all the squares so you can pull it in on that. How many people got it right? And nobody else asked a question about it? That's what I find very interesting. Morgan?
Number 5.
Number 5. Number 5.
I think I know what I did wrong. I just.
Did you put a decimal in the number 5? And did you line up the decimals?
I did 5 just by itself, and I did -3 times 2.
Right, and there's a decimal in 5 right there. You line up the decimals with that. So 3.21. Put a couple of zeros in there so you have stuff to subtract from. Did you get 2 1 as your part of your answer? Because you have to borrow from the 5. This becomes a 10. Borrow from the 10, it becomes a 9. That becomes a 10. 1 from 10 is 9. 2 from 9 is 7. 3 from 4 is 1. Charlie, any other ones you didn't understand? You got them all?
No, I didn't.
Perfect.
I didn't make it wrong.
What's that? You know what you put on? That's good to know. I'm suspecting an A for everybody. Samuel?
16.
I can do number 16. At least the last time I tried, I could do it. The one that says, what is the area of the circle? And there again, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please bring a piece of paper that has the formula for the area of the circle on there. What is, Sam, the area of the circle? Pi times,
Oh yeah, pi times radius times radius.
to me, that's pretty easy multiplication there because area equals 3.14 times 10 times 10, because that's the radius of the circle. And I would do this first. This is one of those times when I hope you could do this in your head, because what is 3.14 times 100?
114,700.
Move the decimal over 2 places. 114.
I was way off.
Nobody else. I love that.